What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I'm inside my Hellcat right now, so we're gonna go take that for a ride. Just answer kind of some of the questions that I've had from people in general, not just online, but people that when they see that I daily drive the Hellcat all year long, they're like, oh, how does this thing do in the winter? Would you buy a used Hellcat? Like, what do you think's a good price for a Hellcat? Questions like that. So I'm inside the Hellcat right now. We're gonna start this thing up, and then we're gonna take this thing for a ride. As you can tell, it does have 52,000 miles. Okay, so I would say that's kind of high mileage for a car like this. That it's high performance. I beat the crap out of it for one. So that is kind of high miles. So I think fairly. I did buy the car brand new, so I do have a little more experience when it comes to like answer some of the questions. So ready to go. All right, guys, so we're gonna go for a little ride right now in the Hellcat. As you can tell, it's Michigan, so there's freaking snow on the ground, but that doesn't stop me from driving this thing. This thing is pretty awesome when it comes to just daily driving it. The car is a lot of fun. It's probably my favorite car out of the fleet. It feels really nice. It rides really nice. The blower sound is just, the car is just overall, it's amazing. I think Dodge did a really good job when it comes to like just putting this car all together. Like everything just works right. So like I said, I'm really happy with it. And when it comes to a couple of questions that I have that people usually ask is, would you buy a used Hellcat? Well, I mean, honestly, yeah, I would. I guess it depends on, like how many miles the car has. Obviously, this one has 52,000 miles, so it is a little more miles than your average Hellcat. Usually, you're seeing for sale with 5, 10, even 15,000 miles. But with 52,000 miles, like I really haven't like spent any money on this car, to be honest with you. The only thing that I've had to do is brakes. Okay, brakes, which is, could the OEM ones last that long if I drive the car normally? Yeah, probably, but I don't drive the car normally. It goes to the racetrack, as you guys know. It has over 250 passes. I roll race, obviously, so the life of the brakes is just because I'm being an idiot. I'm sure I could get more out of them, but I've replaced the rotors once. And I've replaced the pads, I'm going to say twice. This is the second set. The rear rotors, they're still good. The rear pads, I've replaced once. And they seem to be holding up okay. I haven't really had issues with the rear brakes. Other than that, like I don't think, besides like the regular oil changes, which I do around every 3,000 miles, just because I know how I drive the car. So, I don't feel comfortable with leaving oil in there for 5,000 miles, especially with, how I beat on the car and stuff like that. So if somebody had to ask me, would you buy a used Hellcat? Yeah, I would. I mean, I wouldn't really be too worried about stuff like these. I know some guys run into issues, and that's unfortunate, but like I said, I've been very lucky. I beat the crap out of this car in and out every day, and it does amazing, so I can't really complain. Another thing is, the people like to ask is like, how does this car do in the winter? Well, right, like these last couple of winters, I've had winter tires on it, so it's made it a lot easier. I haven't really had to worry about any kind of traction issues. They've been kind of easy winters, so I can't really tell you. Like most of the time, like I work first shift, so by the morning, the roads are decently clear. Like I don't think I've ever ran into a lot of snow where I had to kind of worry. Like I said, the car is pretty heavy, so it does go through there pretty quick. The first year that I had the car, I had just all-season tires on there, and they even did okay. Like we had decent snowfall, and every time the car was about to get stuck, hey, I just did the old, I followed the old rule. If you're in doubt, power out. Just shut all the trash control off, shut everything off, and just hammer down, and this thing will, eventually it's going to get dry ground, right? And it's going to get traction, and most of the time it did. Like I said, I've never had to call anybody to get me out of it, you know, out of a jam or anything. So I would say, in my opinion, yeah, you can daily drive them. I know there's going to be guys out there that are like, oh my God, how are you driving that? Who cares? You know, who gives a shit? At the end of the day, it's just a freaking car. You know, Dodge makes millions of them, so trust me, like, it's not you keeping your Hellcat with only 2,000 miles, like, because you don't drive it. It's not going to be anything special. There's so many of them out there that it's not even going to matter. So just drive your freaking car. If there's snow on the ground, sorry, just drive it. Have fun with it. Look at this. Like, how can you not have fun with that? Like, that car, the car is just that whine and everything else. Here, that's what trash control on. So let's shut some of that stuff off. Go back to the app screen. So obviously, like, you got your gauges and stuff like that. You know, the car is just, whew, I can't even complain. Like, this car is just amazing. I did do a 309 gears, drive shaft. 309, the rear diff does whine a little bit, which is kind of common. Like, it doesn't bother me. It might bother a certain person, but like, I don't care. Like, it comes with the territory. I knew it was gonna whine a little bit, so it's not that big a deal. I did the drive shaft because actually, like, the two-piece drive shaft, the carrier bearing got all chewed up somehow. I don't know if it's when diff was installed, if maybe got chewed up, or because after I did the 309 I had radials on the car and I did go to the track, so maybe that might have been part of the problem. I'm not sure, who knows. The way this car sounds, it's a blast to drive. Like, you really can't go wrong. You buy a Hellcat, you will have smiles for days. Every time you drive the car, it's just more and more amazing. So back in my house, but there you have it, guys. Just like I said, just to answer a couple questions. Would I buy a used Hellcat? Yes, I would. Like, I think 99% of them, they're going to be just as reliable as this one, and you know, you really won't have any issues. You just do your regular oil changes, tires, brakes, and you'll be fine. And for the people that, you know, live in states where obviously there is snow, yeah, would you drive in the winter? Yes, I would. I mean, it's a good car. You won't have to worry about it. You can always put it in eco mode, which, you know, there's really no torque when you put it in eco mode, so it'll basically get you through just about anything. So don't listen to the guys that say, oh, it's not possible, because it is. You know, I've been doing it for the past 4 years. Car does great. You got nothing to worry about. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe, share. You know, I really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. See you next time.